Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about the math class, which has to do with static methods. But to understand what static methods are, you first have to understand what non-static methods are and what the difference is. So non-static methods need to be called with an object of the class as a receiver. So for example, rectangle is an instance of the rectangle class. GetArea is an instance method. So, in able to call on this instance method, you have to create the rectangle instance of the rectangle class and then call on the instance method using that instance, like see here. But with static methods, they can be called without creating an object of the class. They are referenced by the class name itself. Static methods are called using the dot operator along with the class name unless they're defined in an enclosing class. So also when you create a static method, you have to make sure you use the static keyword between public and void here. So static in between public and void, so you know you're using static methods. The math class is part of the java.lang package and only contains static methods. Um, These static methods are for performing basic numeric operations such as elementary exponential, logarithms, square root, and trigonometric functions. Um, I'm going to be going over absolute value, um, power, square root, and like random number. So first, we're going to talk about the absolute value. So math.abs, which returns the absolute value of x. So with my class, you can make it easy and like just print out your method, but you see there's a lot of room for error when you have three parentheses here, and like it just it's really tedious to make sure that you get it right. And also if you want to make sure that it's an int or a double and you have to cast it, it's just very long process. So I named each method before, like I called each method before like printing them out just to make it more presentable and like easier to read. So yeah, just wanted to make sure that you knew that. So here's the class name, which is math, and then the method or the like absolute value, which you're trying to find, and the number of the like where what absolute value you're trying to find. So -10 is I want to find the absolute value of -10. So when I print that out, I get the absolute value of -10 is 10. So next is math base exponent, which returns the value of the base raised to the power of the exponent. So once again, I named the method because it's just very tedious and room for error. Um, so double squared because I want to like make sure that if it goes into a decimal that you know, and then math, the class name, and then power, and then here's the base 6, and then the exponent 2. So I'm trying to find the square root of 6. So when I print it out, I get 36 is the square 36.0 double is the square root of 6. Or no, sorry, not square root, is squared. 36 is 6 squared. So next is math square root, which returns the positive square root of x. So math square root, I'm trying to find the square root of 144. So when I print that out, I get the square root of 144 is 12. And once again, I named it as a double, so it comes out as a double. Lastly is math.random, which returns a double value greater than or equal to 0, 0.0 and less than 1.0. So once again, named it. And then when I print it out, I get a random number. So when I ran it before, this is a number I got between 0, 0.0 and 1.0. But when I run it again, I'm going to get a different number. So see, it has a different number, but it's still in between 0 and 1. But like say you wanted the range to be 1 through 9 instead of 0 through 1. Math.random generates a number 0 through 1, but you can multiply it by, say, 10 to make the range 1 through 9. And then casting it as an int removes decimal from the numerical value. So casting it as an int, the method, and then multiplying it by 10 to get it in between 1 through 9. So when I print it out, it's an int, and it's 1, 6, and do one more time, 7. So all of those were int numbers in between 1 and 10. So that's math class.